Good morning. All right, as soon as I turned the camera off last night in my tent, something stung me right in the butt cheek. And as I was trying to figure out what was going on, because it would hurt. It was like I don't know, a bee or a yellow jack or something. And it got me again. And I've never found what it was. No idea. I jumped out of the tent. I went to Hollywood and CC. I'm like, oh my gosh. So they're like, let us see. So I pulled my shorts aside and they got a flashlight. And CC was like, oh, that's a bad sting. So I've got 2 huge welts on my butt. They're a little irritating, but they're not bad. It's not really, I don't think it's going to interfere with anything. It was just an electrifying experience. Most people are gone this morning already. It's kind of late. It's close to probably 6:30 or 7. And a lot of people are talking about leaving at like 4 or 5 because there is this 4,000 foot climb that people seem to be very worked up about or worried about. But it's just walking uphill, so I'm not overly worried. They did have coffee here at the RV place. I'm going to drink some coffee, eat my breakfast while I'm packing up, and we'll be on trail soon. It is 7 a.m. on the dot. CC is walking out now. Hollywood's about to. One thing I do not like about the Sil nylon tents, the rain fly and the tent body are completely soaked, which is typical when we camp on grass, which we normally don't. But it was just a situation here. So my tent is completely wet. I'm hoping I'm gonna leave it up dry for a minute, but I'm probably just going to pack it all up wet and carry it heavy and dry it out at lunch or something. But I think I'll have more coffee. It is 7:20 and I don't know what has gotten into me. Everyone is gone. Hollywood and I are the last 2 here today. So we better get to walking. I saw the guy that owned the general store last night posted on Facebook that yesterday was the busiest day they've had so far. They had 32 hikers come through. So that means we've got a lot of people just ahead of us. And now we're the last 2 out of here this morning. And we got this big climb. But oh well, let's get to walking. So we got about 3 more miles to climb. And you can see here, the trail goes there. It's gonna wrap around, and I'll move my finger in a minute. The trail goes right there. We're getting close. Still got a few hundred more feet to go. Alrighty, I got to the top where you saw before, but there was a hiker up there with music playing. Not real loud, but just somebody had that spot. So I'm gonna came on up a little further. I'm gonna keep going. Like you can see the trail goes up that way. I'm gonna show you this view. It is 10:45. I am ready for a snack break. I'm gonna sit down right here. But before I do, let me show you this 360. Well, I'm sitting here breaking, and Cece's here now as well. Somebody had asked me in a YouTube comment if I would talk about how I carry water and move water around. Sometimes I mention moving water to other bottles. So right now, I have the same carrying capacity as I started with. I have a 1 liter bottle up front on my left shoulder strap, and I have 1.5 liter bottles in each side pocket. I also have another 2 liter CNOC bag just in case I need it or for collecting water. So I have a dirty bottle that has my filter on it, and obviously that's for dirty water. So I collect all the water in there and filter from that bottle to the other bottles. This 1.5 liter bottle, I only keep clean water in. I never mix electrolytes or anything like that. And I also use that one to back flush the filter as well when I need to do that. So the one up front, sometimes I'm drinking regular water. A lot of times I have electrolytes or something in it. So when I'm saying I'm moving water, it's because this bottle is empty. I need to move water to the front. As far as how much I carry, it really depends on like the temperature and if we're climbing or descending or what the situation is. If there's less than 6 miles to the water source and it's not overly hot and we're not doing a lot of climbing, I'm not carrying probably any more water than the 1 liter bottle. If we got to carry a bunch of water, it's going to be distributed between the bottles. It just depends on what the water carry is. I hope that answered your questions. I took a longer morning break than I probably should have. I got my tent mostly dried out. And where I got stung, like on my upper thigh and butt last night, was really bothering me. And I was trying to like take a picture of it with my phone so I could see it. And it was looking like all hivey and red and lumpy. And I showed Cece and it was one of those reactions that's not comforting. Like when you show someone a wound or something that you can't see on yourself, and their reaction's like, oh, you need Benadryl or something. Like, I ain't got no Benadryl. Actually, I do have Benadryl. I don't carry much. I have like 1 or 2 tablets just in an emergency because Benadryl knocks me out. So she's like, you need to take Benadryl tonight. And I may not get up tomorrow. Benadryl puts me to sleep. So if we can get to camp at a decent time tonight, I will probably take some because this is, it's really bothering me. And there's like, I got at least 2, maybe 3 stings and it's like hard knots. And the whole thing is like kind of, she said, well, I can't do it because I'm holding my camera. She made with her hands showing me the size, looked like a big pancake. And she said that it was hivey, that whole area. So, it's like everything else. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just not all that comfortable. It is 2:40 p.m. Just had a little over an hour lunch break at the bottom of this. Didn't film anything down there because there's a good number of people when we got there because there was a water source. Those people pretty much all pushed on, but there were still several there. Hollywood caught up, so all 3 of us were there. We have an idea where we're going to go tonight. Basically, we've done 14.5, and it's about 12.5 to the next water source, the next reliable one. So we're gonna go there and hope that we can tent there. There was a comment that there's 2 tent spots or three tent spots. It's a 2 tent spots and a slightly slanted tent spot. So we should be able to camp there unless somebody else beats us to it, which is possible. In which case we'll have to just get water and keep going and find something else. But we're not doing great on time today, I guess. That'll put us there, I don't know, should be a little before dark as long as we don't stop too much more. So one thing else that I haven't said that I noticed or realized, today is the last full day in California because we'll hit the Oregon border tomorrow morning. That is crazy. Crazy to think that for the last 4 months I have woken up and went to sleep in the state of California.
today's the last day for that. I could not be more excited to get out of California and get to Oregon. Whew. Good times. This has been the trail, and this is still what I got to do in front of me. Climbing down all of these trees and climbing over these tangles. All right, just checking in. It is a couple minutes before 6 p.m. I've done 22.1 miles, and there's 4.7 left to this next reliable water source. So I'll be at least at 26.8. It says there's 2 tent sites there. There are 3, there's at least 6, maybe 10 or more people trying to head towards that same spot. So chances are we ain't staying there. There is, though, like a dirt road, like within 0.1. Usually those dirt roads are not used and we can camp in them, depending on the condition of the road or whatnot. So we're all kind of hoping that we can stay in that dirt road, because with that big climb this morning, and we've had several other climbs today. Somebody ran the route. I don't ever do that. They said just if you stop 25 miles from where we all started at the RV place, it was like 7,700 feet of gain. So we got another 2 miles past that. Somewhere right at 8,000 feet of gain for the day. And there was a lot of brush and blowdown. So, you know, even at this point, we get a little tired with 28 miles and a lot of climbing. So I think we're all just ready for some cold water and to get dinner. But still got a few hours. It'll probably be close to 8 o'clock before I get there. It is 7:38 p.m. Been 26.3 miles so far. This spring, the reliable spring, is 0.5, so that'd be 26.8. Probably 45 minutes to go or so. Cece had been stopped for a break, so I stopped and rested my feet for a minute. We were looking at the map a little closer, and it does not show a dirt road near this spring. It's 2 miles past it. So I'm gonna get to the spring. It'll be a little before 8. Not sure how far off trail it is. Hopefully not very far. To get water for the night. And depending on the situation there, I will probably go ahead and eat dinner now. Because even if I get water and go straight to the campsite, it's going to be 9 or a few minutes after 9. It's be about dark when I get there. And I'm kind of hungry. I don't really want to wait much longer. So I think what I'll probably do, get water, sit down, eat, and then go on to camp. So that will probably put me to camp closer to 10 p.m. in the dark. Got a little bit of a sunset here while we're filtering water.
It was scared of me because it was such a big pond.
It is 8:40. I'm in my tent. I've not cooked dinner or anything. I'm just now taking my wet wipe bath. But I'm going to close this out now because there are quite a few tents here and I don't want to be talking once it gets dark. It was a tough day. Hollywood just got here and he said, dude, this was not my day. It was just really tough. We ended up with 26.8. There were camp spots here at this water, thank goodness. It's just, they're not great spots. We're kind of close together, but it'll work. So 26.8 with 8,000 feet of gain and a lot of blowdowns and stuff. So it was a rough day, but we got here. All is good. I'm ready to eat dinner. Tonight is a big day because it's our last night in California, which is crazy. I didn't look to see exactly, but I know it's less than 10 miles. So tomorrow morning, we will be at the Oregon border. So stoked. At this thing on these stings on my thigh and butt. I need to look at it a little bit better. One of the guys here that we've been hiking around and Cece looked at the one on my thigh and they're both like, oh my gosh, it looks horrible. Cece said I need to take Benadryl, but I don't know. I may take it and just hope I can get up in a decent time tomorrow. I'm gonna get cleaned up though before I don't want to be falling asleep before I even start cooking dinner. So with that, I'm gonna tell you a good night and we'll see you tomorrow.